happen for you guys. So if Alex wants to release them, and we will talk about Minish Cap a little more. It is one of the Game Boy Advance games, personal favorite of mine. They are playing the randomizer version of it, which means that the essences can be shuffled, location of items are shuffled. So this is based on progression. So, for example, sword colors matter, items matter. So getting things like the bottle and getting, bombs, getting power bracelets, grip ring, these are all things that you're gonna want to see. Getting flippers gets you into droplets. You know, getting flippers also lets you bypass the jabbernut requirement for the dastardly wood temple. So we are going to be fighting in just a moment, and I am just waiting on them to sync up and get ready, because I believe that Alex has done all the hard work and they're just matching. Well, I'll be honest with you, those hashes don't match. So, Houston, we are already starting off with a problem. But those hashes do match. So, we are going to get this party started in just a minute. And of course, you know who to blame. We're going to blame Nobly 100% because that is what we do and how we do it. And Nobly, already knowing that this seed is going to be so great, he wants to copy it so he can play it again. That's absolutely a Nobly thing to do. All right, so we're going to get our first check, which is the home check. And wow, free seed already. Free seed. So we're getting a sword right out the gate, which you want to see because that does give you access to chop down the wood. Denied the first tree. We're gonna go look, get some arrows. Doesn't do anything without a quiver. That's the one good thing about this particular enemy. Is a golden enemy right here. So the flag that Nobly put in does have an item on gold enemies. So now let's see what the gold snick has to offer. And right now, the only thing that's getting offered to Nobly and to Tell is a whole lot of pain. And you love to see it. Gets a piece of bread. That is some disappointment. So we're going to do our first beanstalk check. And here we go. We get a heart piece on the beanstalk. Oh, wow. We do have a key on deck. So that is going to play. So it looks like we have fire element in droplets. Oh, this is not what Nobly wanted to see. He hates Dark Hyrule Castle with all his fiber. So it looks like we have no fortress for us today. That's gonna absolutely be horrible. On Tell's side, we're gonna start doing our town checks. So down below we have pool basement, And let me put my glasses on here and make this a little bit bigger. So town check here on Nobly's side, a croissant and arrows that are unusable right now. So, oh, we're actually in the sky. This is Sky Village. You know, I love the fact that you get to buy it. Now, this is a big find on Nobly's side. Gushjar allows us to, you know, get rid of the curse that's following the old man there, even though Nobly cannot seem to do it. Wild Tail does the worst check in the game. Tingle Trees gets his bomb back. Okay, so Nobly can now carry bombs. That's Gushjar. Oh, baby. We are talking some good times. Wild Tail goes through Tingle Trees. Oh, this is breaking my heart right here, because Tingle Trees, it is a known thing by might. The man who trained me, Nessman, that you always skip Tingle Trees. Never has anything at all. So, we're gonna look at more town checks. Has to skip the MIT, and then we see a map. Nothing too substantive on Goron. Going downstairs, Tingle Trees. I told you before, this is why we skip Tingle Trees. Absolutely worthless. You know, broken Picori Blade. That's a big meh. But that is your sword, because the settings that Nobly put actually has broken sword in play. I don't know why, but since Nobly does have bombs, we do get to get this check out of the way for now, at least one part of it. And we're going into an online ranch area in which Tell is probably going to go after that golden snake. That golden enemy that hangs out over there in Eastern Hills area. Also going to check the beanstalk. No, we're actually going Minish Woods. Okay, so the check in Minish Woods, bomb that doesn't do anything. We do have a red kinstone piece. Oh, this may be a lot slower. So we get mitts. Oh, so that's going to open up quite a bit of checks for Nobly. So Nobly definitely has the advantage. So we're going to do those mitts checks that I was just saying we have to skip. So also, even though Fortress isn't required, it is very dense in mitts checks. So who knows, we may dip that even though it's not hard required. Also, we are going through Minish Woods right now. Don't quite have flippers, but I'd like to see the routing on this one. So we're going to do the drop right here for the chest in Minish Woods. Just get a bottle. That will come into play for Krenel. Okay, and we got the heart piece grab over there, and now we're rolling boulders. And let's see what we have here in the Minish Village. For Tell, and we get we've got Ocarina on Nobly's side. So, you know, Nobly's naturally got a little bit more, so he has a few other checks open to him that Tell did not have. So we get the heart container, the heart piece, and we have the Joy Butterfly for swimming, which is actually not that bad to get, because once you get the flippers, it does allow you to traverse the Veil Wall area a little bit faster. Cane of Picori, you know, this here is really Nobly just kind of running away right now. And so we're going to get the Gush Jar on Tell's side, in which he is going to be removing the curse from the old man. And with these bombs, you know, gets a piece of cake, gets his bomb bag. So now we're gonna see Tell pretty much kind of route similarly to Nobly. This is going to be the catch-up game, and now we're in North Hyrule Field, in which Nobly broke his promise to me about skipping Tingle Trees. He's gonna get the Blue Kinstone. I mean, nothing too substantive. We're gonna get the bomb checks on Tell's side, so piece of cake grab. Which Nobly is gonna get those disappointing things. We're doing the beanstalk check on Tell's side. And we're getting bombs. The only difference is, you know, Nobly could benefit from the bombs, whereas when Tell checked Tingle Tree, he did not have the bomb bag, which means all those bombs he got really was kind of moot. So we're gonna get a refill on the bombs for Nobly, plus a little bit of cash. We don't have the proper wallet that could have handled that 200, but, you know, we're at 100. It's better than nothing. And like I said, we get the bomb refill on Nobly's side. Now we are moving back to Hyrule Town, in which we're gonna buy that sword upgrade, which he should have known would be a fake. But you gotta keep hope alive, folks. You gotta keep hope alive. And now we're back into North Hyrule Field. I think at this point, we're gonna go dive into Hyrule Castle Garden for a couple of checks that's over there. Especially the golden enemy check. And I do like the way that Nobly is taking that on. And we do get a green Kinstone. And we're going downstairs. And let's see, heart piece on training. Not the greatest find. We're going to go upside down in the cafe. And on Tell's side, we're gonna get the cafe check over here. Moving on up to the store. And let's see what that has to offer. And that is another bottle. So while Tell works on bottle percent, we had Nobly dip into Hyrule Castle just for a quick minute to say hello. And we're gonna bomb that open. We're going to Western Woods. Alright, so I don't think we're gonna get money. Doesn't really make that much sense right now. But opts to get it, you know. Let's move on. I'm curious to see, we're going back to the town on Nobly's side. Oh, I see. We're getting a map for Fortress. He wants to full clear out Goron, so that way it recirculates and it gets a new set of items. Because you never know what Goron has. It's always a shoot. And we have Green Sword on Tell. So that's always a good find, because that does allow for a little bit more. We're doing school check on cell side. Meanwhile, we're doing, and I do believe that is Nobly's first bottle. So both runners, you know, when it comes time, they're not ready to go to kernel yet, but they do have the water to water those beans and make some stalk dreams come true of growing big and strong. And we are moving on as Small Bean on Nobly's side, and we are doing the bomb checks. So kind of we saw this on Nobly's side, what Tel is doing right now. And I suspect we're going to do... Okay. The check that's being done now is bakery. So this is bakery chest 1. And we are out. So it's time to scoot up. And we are moving back. And we are going to get that second sword upgrade. So this will give green sword to Nobly now. So we're both sword same. And we get 100 rupees on Tel side, nothing else of value. And we are exiting out of the school playground check. And it looks like Nobly now has beams. So that's a good find. But what we really would like is some spin action. And we are dipping. Looks like, yeah, I didn't think he was going to go into droplets after doing that map check. So, opting not to do Kernel just yet, as he doesn't have what he needs to actually dip Kernel properly, but wanted to peek inside, even though it said what essence was there. Nobly sees that it is droplets there. So it looks like we do have Shuffle on full force. And we do have a Rocks Cave. Oh, okay. So if we go back to Minish Woods, if there was anything of value in Minish Woods, we're going to do training here. And that's what you want to see. Spin attack right there. That is going to allow them to move those big blocks. So, Bell check netted $1. That's disappointing. And, oh wow. So we are gonna do Nightmare check on Nobly's side. Let's go. And we have Nightmare check on Tel's side. So both of these runners are just going ahead and conquering their demons. But let's see who does it better. So far Nobly taking a little bit of damage. Tel is playing a little bit more conservatively. And you love to see it. But we just call anytime, you know, Nobly does things, we just say just Nobly things. And we just accept it just like that. So the fairy's there to help Nobly in his time of need. Let's get what the check is. It is $1, folks. That is some disappointment in a can. So let's wake up from this worthless check and we are moving on out. Okay. So we have a gold. So it looks like we have one of the gold kinstones, so that could either be Cloud Tops or Swamp Area. And we won't know until we see it. And with the cave, we get to do a couple of extra checks here in the Lake Hylia area. That is, provided we don't drown, Nobly. And one is the Smith's check, in which we get the shield. Okay. That is actually a good find. We're gonna dip inside droplets to see what it is. And droplets is flames. Okay, we're gonna actually check a few areas of this and see what we get. We're gonna use the bomb-like enemy. Because we have cane. So if you have cane, Corey cane, you know, you can actually dip this. Let's see what the front end has to offer us. Green kinstone, rupee room, so this is a bold strategy. Meanwhile, we have an expanded bomb bag for Tel from his Kernel dive. Beating up on the red shoes to get a red. And we are out. Yeah, because, you know, kind of need a couple of items there. But for Mount Kernel proper. But it's good to see Nobly playing. And now that we see, okay, we're gonna get the mid-chat here. And this is a lot more dense than the check that Nobly did. But that was unfortunate. Rupee stealer. So this is not being so hype right now. And we get the beanstalk check, a different beanstalk check, and let's see what we have at the top of this beanstalk. Should have a couple of items. Wow, it's getting hot on Nobly. Okay, gold fuse. Let's see what kinstone we have. Swamp. Okay, so that's going to be one of the kinstones needed to open up Fortress. Not quite required, as one of the essences is not there, but that doesn't mean that there's not items there. So let's see where this crazy logic takes us as we continue to dip. And we are not having a very hype cave right now. Kind of disappointing, to be honest. Okay, so nothing really big for our runners. Nothing at all. And on Tel's side, Tel is feeling the struggle. We're gonna go outside, Lon Lon Ranch area, get the 100 rupees, but you know, you're already kind of rich. So that's just kind of a waste. Gets the you fool moment, and we are marching on. To get the red windstone, still not that impressive. And a cake. Wow, that was absolutely abysmal. Alright, we're in Lake Hylia on Tel's side. Meanwhile, Nobly is forfeiting the cart. This is a pro here. We know why he's doing it, because we need to blast through the 2 pots to get that check, which turns out to be a heart piece. And we had the Superman flight. to the moments check area, which we knew was the shield in that spot. And we have Nobly struggling against the silver chews. And we are moving on. Or should I say more like glub-glubbing along on Tel's side. We have red now. Red sword action. Which means that in vanilla it would be infused with the earth element. And now, so we have green sworded Nobly versus red sworded Tel. So we have one sword up. And that is going to be a huge difference. So Nobly has to work on finding that third sword. Okay, now we're doing some cart action. On Nobly's side, we are moving and tracking along. We're gonna move the enemies over there, pop one into the 4 circles so we can drag out the controls, which is that switch right there. Nobly shot and missed, gets the rebound. And we're gonna drag that over to where that last hole is, and that will be our key to lowering those barriers. Alright, and we get the big bomb back on. And we get the elevated cane of Cory check, which is a blue kinstone. Alrighty. And the one thing having, you know, cape action, I always love it. You just fly over things. Ooh, I spied a bow on Nobly's side. So we know that Tel is gonna get that pretty soon. Big chest is... So, folks, you know what this means? Tel is gonna get 4 swords. Real quick. Holy moly. Because remember, Tel is coming in with 3 swords. He's 3 swords in. No. He'll get blue sword. He'll get blue sword. What am I talking about? I just woke up, folks, so, you know, this is Eastern Standard Time, so I just woke up. Haven't had coffee yet. So, he's coming in with red sword, so we're gonna get a much better sword for Tel. Oh, baby. I'm having one of those mornings. But forgive me on that. We have Gleeok battle incoming. Now for this is one battle where you do need the Cory cane in order to fight, because you have to flip over his back. You know, I kind of like this version of Gleeok because it's a fun Gleeok, you know. He dips below and then he just starts banging rocks at your expense. Whereas the Z1 Gleeok is no fun. He has multiple heads, just throws fire. But this one here, it goes into the lava and just tosses out a whole bunch of rocks. And then we have Tel getting his heart piece. So we're gonna blast that cover off and flip it off. That's what knocks him out. then you just keep stabbies on his back. You know, this is just a fun battle all around. And usually the little fires that he makes on the sides, those are what give you heart piece, a little heart container. Hearts! Excuse me, I just can't get it with me today. That's what keeps you alive in this battle. And nobody's actually doing this without taking too much damage. That's commendable. Meanwhile, we have Silver Tube battle action on Tel's side, which is greatly executed. We also have 5 heart containers. We have Boss Key and ignores the fairy. Wow. Tel is a heartbreaker. Alright, so we have our first element, which is fire element, at 2822, and we are good to go. And look at Nobly thinking that sword was real. That's so cute, because we know it isn't. So we are out. Should be jumping around here. Here we go. Watermelon, blue sword action now. All is right. Both runners are gonna have the same type of swords. We are gonna do check gets a book where training takes place. So Yulari will be in play if we get 2 more books. Takes the shortcut. And we're back in Lon Lon Ranch. We don't have the silver key. We do have the graveyard key, which is the gold key. Opening up the check for 20 bucks. So it looks like we have a bigger wallet. So that's may have been what I saw. We were getting some crop action done. So it looked a little bit on the tiny side. And this is why spin is a thing. Because you want to be able to push blocks, and it allows you to get the second book. So all we need is a 3rd book, and Yulari is a thing, and we are moving on out. If we get the boots, then we have boot checks in this area where you can bonk trees, which will expose hidden. Make me a small bean. And we will be able to check additional Picori checkpoints. But for now, we don't have those, so we are moving on out. And we are quick warping back to Lake Hylia. Getting the money and doing that northern hype cave check, which we know is not hype at all. Meanwhile, we do have Tel going through and finishing up his flamey, everything is on fire temple check, and we have the beanstalk check on Nobly's side. So they're pretty much doing what the other person has done. So this is everything that Tel did, and you know, we're not doing anything Palace of Winds or Fortress wise, so that's probably why Nobly is skipping it, because he has a good amount of the items that he needs, even though, you know, hey, Boots is a thing, but he's like, yeah, I probably already know where Boots is at, so we'll skip all Kinstones. So let's go. And we have the Gliok battle that's gonna go on Tel's side right now. So same applies, use the Quarry Cane, knock out Gliok, and then you just stabby stab. Only difference is it's gonna be a little bit different because you had red sword versus blue sword action. And as Nobly goes through Hype Kick, where it finds that it's not so hype after all, you know. We're gonna see the quick warp out. And we're gonna see the Veil's Fall dip. We have Kinstone, and we have the gold Tektite that's over here, so, you know, we want to see what that enemy has, per se. So, we know gold enemies drop, you know, it's just bombs. Blah. So we're gonna climb Veil Falls right now. We're gonna get a couple of checks out of here. Bomb management is a thing, but with 30 bombs, we will be just fine. We get the quiver, so now we get to shoot everything, which is also fine. Alright, we have rupees on deck, so those checks are dead in the water. And we're going on up while we get the fire element on Tel's side. We get a map. Not impressive, and we are out. I'd like to think we're going to caster now. Yeah. Because with that bow, we can move the enemies. Because we have the quiver. So we can use the bow now. So we have a couple of caster checks. One of them being the golden enemy check. And then definitely push that down. Here we go. Our first check gets us a heart piece. Not impressive. This is not what they're looking for in the least bit. Since we have the blue sword, you know, that opens up caster anyways. So we're going downstairs. We're gonna check and see what that has to offer up. So we have an Armos Knight that we have to defeat. You just jump behind and you stabby stab. And it's a you fool, so that's disappointment in a can. And we're doing Mitch checks on. I can't really see right now. Okay, so we're doing the gold enemy check and caster, and that has another map. I was kind of hoping that would be the third book, because I'd like to see what Yulari has, but no Yulari for us, so let's see what Mitch Check has, and that's a butterfly. Piece of heart. Okay, we're out. Mitch Check, blase. We're moving. Okay, so the next check we're probably gonna do, we're gonna shoot that particular block right there. And we're gonna go Northern Caster. Yeah, definitely open up the... And that too is a heart piece. Okay, so we're out of Western, back in Hyrule Town for Tel. Alright, what does training have to offer? Down thrust. Ooh, are we making a play here on Tel side? Dark Hyrule Castle, Royal Crypt area? So we have Heart Container on Gibdo. It's a fool and electrocution. And we're out. So... Alright, so we're going down below for the piece of cake. Says no. And we have Snick Battle on Tel's side. While Nobly gets his heart piece. And we are jumping through the marsh. Alright, so we're gonna get Lily Pad. This is a bit slow because we do have to wait on the lily pad, but that's fine. Let's see what the drop is gonna offer us. Come on, drop, give us something good. That is not what we wanted in the least bit. And now we are in Caster on Tel's side. Only thing you can do at this point, really. Gets his heart piece, and then we're gonna do... Yeah, here we go. Lily pad check here. And the drop for that. Let's defeat the enemies. Let's defeat the enemies, Nobly. Nobly's being a pacifist right now. Greatly appreciated. Wait, we have great spin action on Nobly's side. I guess he must have gotten that when I was looking at Tel. It's a heart piece for his actions. Drop down again. 4. Oh, bigger wallet. Okay. So now we're gonna drop down for this chest here. There you go, Nobly. You had to wait a bit. The gatekeep snake is gatekeeping as always. Next, Lily check. Let's see what this drop offers us. Another map. Okay, Tel going through the same motions. And Caster. That bread piece is just floating there. Like, eat me. Eat me, please. Alright, we're skipping. Let's see what we get. Paper. Alright, so let's keep climbing. Gotta kill the enemies here. I mean, you don't have to, but ideally you don't want to keep having everything beat you up. Alright, grabs the 200 and we're out of here. And we are moving on. I think we're going back to town. Now that we have enough, we're gonna buy the baguette, the croissant, and now we're gonna move out and recheck Goron to see what he has. Yes, we're getting the 100 rupees. We have progressive boomerang. Why would you buy that? Now, when an item obviously doesn't look like what it's selling for, so you saw the mushroom sprite and it said progressive boomerang, that's how you know it's fake. You know, it's a you fool item. You'll see that happen quite a bit. But the real progressive boomerang was the actual high-priced item where it had the boomerang sprite and the wording matched up together. So we're going to Minish Woods right now. A couple of checks that can happen. That's a compass. That's worthless. Alright. Dog food. Oh dear. Puppy check. Interesting. Imagine progressing being on the dog. Oh dear. You know something we have not seen at all, and that's the lantern. Because, you know, it would not be a Minish Cap game if we do not rush Percy. So, disappointment here. This is an oddly Percy-less seed. We also haven't seen Tangle Trophy, so we could rush Tangle. You know, this is some sad Pandaville for me. So we're in Minish Village. You know, we don't have Jabbernut, but Minish Jabbernut, we can go into. Yeah. I agree with this play here. Go grab your $5. We're gonna buy boomerang eventually. So we're gonna do the barrel check. And it has nothing. Alright. Replenish the bombs. And the drop down here, I believe this is all done by Tel, and now Nobly is doing the cleanup. The only difference is, you know, Nobly has a lot more items than when Tel did. So we're gonna get to see a couple of things. Gets the you fool. And we're gonna become small being again. Eventually. Gets the red kinstone. And the Mitch check. Yeah, I believe these were things, and we're gonna obviously lose our wonderful rupees to get these two. And this is stuff that Tel couldn't do the first time. Gets the other bottle. And we're gonna go gold octo check here. And since Tel did not have that, gets the gold fuse, so of course not. And I'm still disappointed at the fact we have not found the lantern! Ah! This is killing me inside. Alright. $100 on which... Yeah, this is so sad right now. No Percy. How can you cannot have Minish Cap without the best character in the game. No, I am doing a protestino. And we are going downstairs in Minish Wood. Bomb fairy check, let's go! And in Randomizer, you can lie and get away with it. It was worthless though. This is hurting me. I am feeling the heckin' betrayal. Whereas we get a beanstalk check on Tel's side, has lots and lots of rupees. Where to the point he's maxed out, gets nothing. Oh boy. My brain is breaking. This is hurting too hard. No Percy check. Alright, so here's the Goron. In vanilla, this is an extremely long wait for this check. So we get a green Kenstone, and the grand prize is a You Fool. Oh, this would, imagine if you had to wait on this particular check just to get a big old fat You Fool. I would be thoroughly upset, and I would declare war on the Gorons. I'd be like, Gorons, you guys suck. There's no way I'd be waiting all that time for them to do all that digging and all the requirements that you have to do for that check just to get a You Fool. No. And we're back in Vale Falls. I don't even think we have the Vale Falls Kinstone do anything, but it's already open. So we got the lantern, folks. That means we get to rush the best character in the game, expose the Moblin. You know, I hope that we get to rush Percy. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Blue action. And now we have the gold Tektite fight on Tel's side. Come on, Nobly. Do it for me. Do it for me. And we're going into Vale Falls. We're gonna do the climb, you know, do the training here. Get fast split. That's actually not that bad. That's not that bad, especially when you are considering your fight against the body later. So that's fine. Come on, come on. Come on, you know you want to. Come on, Nobly. Believe in Percy. Yep. That is not Percy. Okay, so we're going into droplets proper. To which I say, do you really want to hurt me? But droplets is the more dense area instead of a one-off, so can't blame them for that. We are doing the check here for the Caterpillars of Doom here, you know. You gotta stab them in their bum. That's gotta be the worst way to go. I mean, imagine getting proctology to death. That's gotta be a horrible way to go. I mean, and it gets all red. It gets all red and swollen. I mean, you get anal prolapse to death. That's just a terrible way to go. You gotta feel bad for them. And out we go. So this is where, this droplets is where you go to fight. You know, Blue Chew, they have many checks in here. And then you get to face Big Octo. But we are celebrating burning our boy. And look at that difference. Fast split, you know, people talk about the different training, you know, they talk about the greatness of spin, they talk about the greatness of greatsmen. Those two are excellent, don't get me wrong, because you need spin to start everything off. But once you get fast split, that is one of the greatest things. We also get long line key in droplets, and we have Tel getting his fast split. And speaking of Big Octo, there you go. Showing some frozen love. we get a full heart container that is not a fool, which is good. And we're gonna do some jumpy strats to get the next chest. Piece of heart. And cape means such. That's your MVP in this particular palace. And those of you who know about glitches and Minish Cap know that the ocarina is your actual best friend in this level. Being on layer 2 with an ocarina means GG, this is your easiest temple. And as Telmiran goes through and prepares to meet the biggest disappointment since watching any type of sports game, especially with the, well, we won't talk about sports because I get disappointed every time I talk sports, but the lantern coming into play here, along with Great Spin helping out in the room for Nobly, and we have Telmiran doing his overworld checks. Meanwhile, we are Dora the exploring and rushing for the chest. And we have Tel getting his last particular bottle for now. And we're gonna bomb that wall on Nobly's side. And Telmiran's about to get his piece of cake. Life is sweet for Telmiran, and we're moving on. Witch's Hut, gonna have the $100, gonna grab it. Big discount, gets it for 60. Nobly did skip over that. Gets a red kinstone. Okay. And the last check in Maze Room is a small key for the dungeon. We are moving on to the ice room and droplets. Well, we get some bread for Telmiran. And Nobly is playing on SOS mode, having to be very careful. And actually did fight the big one, having to be resurrected using one of his bottles. So Nobly having to be very careful. Does get out, generates his warp. Rupee room wasn't looked at, so I'm not sure how he has that calibrated. But we have lily pad action on Nobly's side. This is where the gush jar comes into play. And our check. Okay. Our check buried in ice yields us 100 rupees, and our other check yields us nothing important. Okay. Nobly is playing with my heart and emotions with that little bit of health he has. We're going for the third check buried in ice. And that is just arrows. Quite unfortunate. Okay, so we're moving on. Telmiran and a little bit better health than Nobly. Also a little bit, not as deep in the temple as Nobly either. And now it's time for Proctology 101. How to... Ooh, Nobly, please. This is dangerous proctology with Nobly. Alright. Even though we have the warp set up, this does put Nobly a little bit in a precarious situation. Yes, he will open up one half of Big Octo. But it will affect routing. Interesting. I'd like to think. Well, okay, maybe, just maybe that was intentional. Okay, I'm gonna say that that was intentional. No, Microsoft, we will not like my perspective. Alright, so, the goal with Big Octo is you must burn his tail when he's in that state, which will make him go nuts. And once he's in that situation, and he's back to normal, you want him to bonk himself, literally saying, I made you bonk yourself. And this is why you need the shield, because he will throw rocks at you. And you use the shield to play a game of Pong with him, and you send it back. You try your hardest not to get, inhaled by him, because as much as you are lovable, Link, you're not tasty and edible. All right. And Nobly just kissing the Octorok. You gotta love it. While Telmiran does go and explore deeper into the heart of droplets. So the question of the day is, will we see Blue Chew action on Telmiran's side, or will we skip Blue Chew? I think we're gonna skip Blue Chew. With that last bonk rock, we say goodbye to Big Octo, and we receive... Ooh, interesting. We receive Earth, and we are out. And we get Lay Boomerang. And we get our big Octo battle coming up on Telmiran's side while we do droplets. And we're gonna see a lot of those Bernie strats. So while Telmiran goes through his big Octo battle, we're gonna see pretty much the front end. That's Big T, and it's kind of worthless. But we do need it in some aspects, for some, since we're doing the front end of droplets. Also, we kind of sort of need Nobly not to depart us soon. Alright, so we are leaving without Blue Chew, which is another sadness. We're gonna do Malari's Mines. Not a bad choice. Get to Kinstone. We did see Tel do these checks earlier. So understandable why they would do them.
Okay, so the real question is, when are we going to best character? Alright, are we making the move to Percy? That is the big question. We're gonna buy that tune. It's a fool. Oh no! I am hurt. I am hurt. I was thinking everything was all matching. Heart container. Wow, imagine being broke that you can't even buy a heart container. I feel bad because I thought that was the real boomerang. And we are still dodging Percy. Oh my goodness! How much more? I don't know how much more betrayal I can take. Oh my goodness. But we have the key of plenty. So pretty soon we're digging rupees. So that's a known 20 rupee generator. Which is what Nobly's doing right now. Which is repetitiously digging up 20 rupees. So has enough to go ahead and buy that heart container from Goron, which is what's being done right now. Okay, so are you making the play for Percy? Come on, you know you want to. No, that's not it either. Okay, so we're going to North Hyrule Field. Alright, Royal Crypt action going on here. Got the cape. So with crypt action, you know, we got fast cast. It's not a bad idea to do that. And since you need money, getting the 200 rupee grab, not such a bad thing either. And then we have the mass exodus from Crinnle right now. Cake action, that is not gonna help us. Right, so we got double Gipto. Gonna use Great Spin. That should take them out relatively easy. On Nobly's side. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. Let's see where we're off to now. Oh, I see. Kinstone's not necessary. Okay. That's why he wasn't worried about getting the gold Kinstone. Okay, okay. I see, chat. Alright, so we're going right to Fortress. I mean, you got mitts, you got everything. Yeah, understandable. And it's Din's. Ballstone. Okay, so looks like the settings for this: dungeon shuffle, baron non-element, completed fusions, 3-sec Goron merchant, and golden. Wait a second! This is too easy! No! No, this is no fun! Oh, you have just broken my heart! Oh, Alex, how could you? You have broken me! Oh no! Here I am thinking that they were gonna have to dip into dungeons for the sake of it. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh no! Okay, so now with that said, okay, so they won't need to go into non-element dungeons. Oh! Here's the, I was low-key hoping they would have to dip into non-element dungeons, that their progressions would be there. Oh! So this means that they won't be suffering too hard. Okay, so with that being said, I don't have to guess anymore. Thank you so much, though, Alex. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is the mode that you play, chat. This is the mode that you play when you have a business meeting at 15 to 20 minutes from now, and you have to be there and you want to get some quick rando in. So that means the likelihood of anything being on Blue Chew, Percy, is slim to none. Or Tingle. Oh, we're not gonna see Tingle Trophy. We're not gonna see anything worth anything. My heart is eternally broken into a million pieces. So what do we have on Gold Octo right here? 10 arrows. That is actually the horrible. But we are moving on up as we go towards Fortress. I'm not even mad. Yes, I will blame Nobly 100% for this. I wanted them to roll a seed where you would actually have to go through the one and only. I have to blow my ocarina on layer 2 in order to get through, and get through my wonderful, temples. So we're in Dark Hyrule Castle. This is Nobly's favorite level. Do some lily pad skipping. That's what I'm talking about. So we are in the Elemental Sanctuary right now. Wow. And Force Sword power up does net you some money, some cold earned money. What kind of a... I'm used to playing in the hard modes. This is hurting my pride here. This is GG. It's easy. No, I will make this hard. I will roll them a hard mode seed. No, they need to get a harder mode seed. They need a harder mode seed. One where they have to work for it, Those modes that leave you with 5 hours where you have to just go through something punishing, where you have to search for progression. So, after getting Force Sword on Nobly's side, for all intents and purposes, our runner is an absolute, I'm going to be a conquistador mode. And we have Tingle Trophy, getting a green Kinstone, so now that we know Kinstones are absolutely worthless, we can say You know, Tingle is absolutely worthless as always. And are we gonna go to Percy just to say hello then? No, of course not. Yes, Hay is letting me roll their seed. So I'm happy. I'm happy. But I could not give them the Kingslayer settings. He gave me a specific flag set. So I won't be able to give them the settings that I wanted to. I'm a bit sad. Nobly didn't care, but Hay did. So, and I can never be, you know, too mean-spirited to our happy jolly Pangy. And we have 100 rupees on Nobly's side. And we have Hyrule Town checks for Telmiran. And we have the 4 rupees, I believe. We have 4 bottles on... Oh, power bracelets! Okay. That's actually pretty decent. Oh, I should have known. I got too happy. I saw the direction initially and was like, are we finally going to Percy? And then Nobly was like, nope. Nope. Alright, so we're gonna get house check, which is fireplace. Flip that over. And become small bean. And let's check what's in the fire. Alright, so let's see what we have. For the Lari book drop. Alright, here we go! That certainly is not a book. So we are out. Alright, avoiding the pets. We're gonna get the Cory Fountain check. Piece of cake is not what you want to see. Alright, chest grab is a piece of heart. Not what you wanted to see as well. And $5. Okay, we're out. Come on. Come on, Nobly. Go to Percy. That is not the direction of Percy. Oh no. Alright, so we're gonna do the rooftop check, which is 200. And if we haven't said it enough, please, if you haven't done so, give both Telmiran and Nobly a big old fat follow. You know, because both of them are such excellent runners. And if you think they haven't caused enough shenanigans in Minish Cap, man, you have not seen them when they run Link to the Past, Rando. They are so good at what they do. You know? They are beasts. And speaking of which, both of them are on Team Bowery Boys for Survivors of Hyrule, which is a tournament that's going on right now with Hayfield Bay. And they are rocking socks. And, you know, they are some people to beat. So keep that in mind. And now we get, let's see what checks, we're getting dog food check. Let's go, puppy check. And it's a heart container. Oh, this is why you show pets lots of love. You know, Nobly didn't feed the dog, which is some sad Pandaville. We're back in Caster with Nobly, and we have some push block action going on with Telmiran. We're in Western Woods. Here we go! Here we go! It's time for the best check on Nobly's side. It is Percy time. All right, get out of here, Moblin. Blue Kinstone, it's worthless. But here's the best check. It's Percy. Will we get? Now see, that would have been good in a seed that wasn't like this. Percy would have been required. Oh my goodness. My heart is heavy. Oh no. It would have been worse. Percy was required in a normal seed. So, we get gold enemy with a green kinstone. We are burning everything up, and we are going to climb a very janky beanstalk on Nobly's side. Oh man. Alright, for his piece of heart. And it is so sad. Percy was required. In a normal seed, that would have been a required. Oh. Oh. My ribs are hurting. Alright. Since Nobly took out that, we are in. Okay. This is big plot armor, plot change. Everything. We have divergence. Telmiran is in the Valley of the Ghosties, ready to use the graveyard key. And we are calling the Ghostbusters. Gets a big butterfly for digging. I'm happy here. We're moving some blocks here. Oh, this is wonderful. So we are going to, on Telmiran's side, we're going to be dipping into the Crypt of Plenty, which is Palace of Winds. Oh, baby. And how can we dip the Palace of Winds, you ask? Cause Telmiran got the boots. He got the shoes. He got his Air Jordans. He can fly. Fly. Oh yes, he can fly. So, we are in Windtown. Meanwhile, we have Nobly doing what Nobly does best, which is last locating the boots. Which is probably what he would do in Link to the Past too. You like boot go mode? Leave it to Nobly to last locate the boots. Let's go! So, we are right now in Wind, you're gonna see a combo strat usually used is what I would normally say on Telmiran's side. We usually use a combination of bombs and actually we could use the lantern because those enemies burn. You can either bomb them or burn them. Now the easiest way to beat them is actually you burn the two side enemies and then you sword slash the other wizards. And that actually gets rid of them real quick. Meanwhile, we have Nobly going over there bothering the bomb fairies again, telling lies to get kinstones, getting some red kinstones, and you can actually jump manipulate the clouds to actually jump to the top, which allows for an easier screen transition. And that enemy scared the bejesus out of me. It's too early for glitched out enemies like the one you saw on Telmiran's side. So, yeah, it's very easy to do certain enemy manips. But with the jank that we're seeing right now, also looks. We're going back to Hyrule Town. And with the boots, it looks like we're going into Hyrule Castle Garden here. And we got Rock Breaker. And we did open with Graveyard Key on Nobly's side, so we're gonna get some overworld checks again. Little okay, we get dog food check. Finally decides to feed the poor puppy. Get some heart for it. PETA approves this. So good for you, Nobly. And you being a noble fox, you think you would feed your animal friend. So we're doing Royal Crip action on Telmiran's side. Starts to get the key. Remote bombs were not found. Wow. So we're doing Veil Falls on Nobly's side. And we got Royal Crip action. Green Kinstone on Nobly's side. Oh baby, a cake. I got me a cake. My future's so bright. Alright, so going back up Bell's Falls. I'm looking for my boots. I'm boots go mode. This is probably the equivalent of having, let's see, what would be a definite last location for Nobly? Nobly has so many last locations on Link to the Past, I can't even exclaim it. But in Cross Keys, it would probably have to be, Gina, if a Gina was in a really bad location like Ice Rock Cave, and no, you know, you have items that keep pushing you away from it. I would say, but I guess if progression was on a blind pull of pet, yeah, blind pull pet would be a hard no from Nobly. Because I believe that blind pulls of pet are the best way to pull pet. Like, who needs to wait on literacy? Also, we are back. Oh, hold on, look at you, Nobly. Gonna get you some training. Knowing that you ain't training for nothing. And we are back in the Wind Ruin area for Nobly. Meanwhile, we have Telmiran, who is jumping for something. Jumping for love. Gets a useless kinstone. That's a feels bad man moment. Alright, so we're... Oh, I see. We haven't done... I thought we did that drops. No, apparently we did. And it is a piece of heart. So, it is established that Nobly has last located his boots. So that gets a GG from Nobly on that. And hello! Moon Pearl on pet. That would be absolutely awful. I like that idea. But let's make it Moon Pearl on Pyramid Ledge where you gotta do Fight a Sword Dark Aga. There you go. Let's make it the painful form. Because that was actually a double forfeit ladder seed I had to do. So... because I do double forfeit ladder seed for fun. And that I know most of you will be like, that is not fun, Crystal. But that is totally the fun thing to do. And we are in Dark Hyrule Castle on Nobly's side. And we are in Lon Lon Ranch on Tel's side. And now we're in Castor Wild, so we're re-dipping. We're going to Dark Hyrule Castle, obviously, for Telmiran. Who's walking on bare feet. See, this is why you like remote bombs. Wait, what? What? for a minute, Nobly forgot how to do the room. I was wondering why he keeps going around. And then I figured maybe he had to go to the bathroom. Because, you know, when nature calls, you just have to go. And, hey, it was just that he had a moment where he had to sit and think about it. Okay, Nobly, I get you now, friend. And we have another Armos Knight. You know, you just, when they go to strike you, you just jump behind them. Meanwhile, we have Fast on his tail. We have Telmiran. And welcome to a living legend who just rated us the one and only, one of the deadliest people to face in the Link to the Past community. The one and only Shenmue has rated us. And Nobly. This is what I mean about just Nobly things, folks. Nobly decided that he was gonna yeet his people off and take them out before pushing the boulder. Bless Nobly. There we go. And we open for the check and we get a small heart container. And we have, chat, a very special person in our audience. One who needs no introduction. Because when he comes in, you better believe that the Darth Vader music starts playing. A man who instills fear in all of his opponents. Yes, even though he plays as a cute little innocent mouse. He is like the dun, 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 kind of person when he steps into the room. Yes, yes, yes. You must make sure that you put serious respect on his name. And that is the one and only legendary Paimechu himself. Because when he takes you on as a mentor or as a pilot and spoiler, oh baby, you better be afraid. It is the one and only legendary Gamachu, the Pika boss himself. Throw some respect on his name and kiss that pinky finger, because he is here to make sure to toss punches at me and give me lots of heck. So welcome, Gamma. We are glad to have you here. Nobly is last locating like a champ, and you gotta love him for it. Telmiran is hot on his tail, but he has found his boots. So Telmiran is in go mode, and Nobly is in Nobly mode. That's the best way to put it. And you know what, chat? I just realized that we've got so many legends because we just had someone ask me to give them a hype intro. So here you go. If you want someone to make your day a little less bright because you know you're about to get wrecked, I mean, like the minute you step into a race time GG match with the one and only Sawyer, you know that you are gonna catch the biggest L that you have ever had. Like, I'm not talking like a little L, I'm talking about a big, giant capital L. Because anytime you take on Sawyer, you know, no matter what the game is gonna be a loss. That is what I'm talking about. Even the great Gamachu, he has to sleep with a teddy bear at night because he knows that Sawyer is even scarier than he is. So if you want to get your nightmares on, go ahead and challenge Sawyer because he's gonna give it to you harder than X could ever give it to you. So
That is your shout out, Sawyer, and I hope you liked it. And speaking of shout outs, let's give a shout out to Nobly, who is continuing his trend of last locating like a champ and going to Big Goron area just to get flicked off by the fingers. And we are going uptown to Cloud Town. Wow, we are doing another school check, you know. We have Telmiran getting some edumacation going on. Meanwhile, Nobly thinks that he's about to get some shoes from the little old man, but the only place we know shoes are at is on Ed because Gamma takes them all the time. That's how he's able to luck sack with the best of them. But we are in, you know, the neighborhood of Cloud. Gets the third book. Oh boy, he's gonna get routed to Yulari. I'm going downstairs. Meanwhile, we have some toot action that has been paused. So get your roundabout going and your to be continued. Meanwhile, you know, that message was you fool to Nobly as Nobly continues his little boot quest. Sounds like something that would be an N64 game, you know, boot questing with the best of them. We're in Royal Valley again, you know. Telmiran is just merely making Nobly feel better by not beating the brakes off of him right now. You gotta respect the hustle. And we're getting a pie because why not? He's about to eat some humble pie right now. Poor Nobly. But have faith, Nobly will find his boots eventually. We are running up and down, trying to get rid of the curse on Telmiran's side. Wow. Oh my. Nobly is showing what happens when you go swimming with a fish that's bigger than you. Nobly, what are you doing? Nobly. You know, I think we really need to come up with something that just says just Nobly things. Just have that's the explanation of everything. Just Nobly things. That's the explanation for it all. Like when in a punch, you know, you just say it's just Nobly things, man. You know, he does something wrong, he last locates it. Just Nobly things, man. It's okay. It's all good. You know, get the last location of the best last location of the decade. Just Nobly things, you know. And we expected this. This is what he gets. He went to Tingle Trees. I told him the minute you do Tingle Trees, that's gonna cause misconceptions aplenty. And we are rising up, looking at bad enemies as we are in Palace of Winds on Telmiran's side. I think at this point Nobly is going, end my pain. And that is pretty much what I have said before when I play certain Link to the Past seeds. So we are doing Yulari.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. And the last time I ran like that was probably when they had a sale. You know, because with prices nowadays, you got run like that for sales. And the struggle is real. Alright, so we're gonna get book check, in which we're going to get the biggest disappointment of our lives incoming. And I'm kind of glad we don't have audio on Nobly's side, because I know the cussing will be real. Especially when you get that big dollar. I mean, I know that you people of culture would be going, cash rules everything around me, dollar bills, y'all. But this is not what you want to see when you have been looking for progression for a hot minute. But oh boy. This Nobly's like, this is the one time. This is the one time. And I hate Super Mario Brothers 3 with my entire soul, but I wish I was playing that right now. Why you have thunder and lightning, Hayfield Bay? So, as Nobly goes up Mount Crinal, regretting his life's decisions, Telmiran trudges on. And as I say this to a very special person who is watching this on the TV right now, bless you, because I heard that sneeze. And he's so adorable. And as we are using those power bracelets to good use in Palace of the Winds on Telmiran's side, we still have the desperation here, where Nobly denies the purchase of the sweet bread, even though Gemma calls me Peter Bread. And I tell him he still needs to get good because he's a scrub. We're moving on in Crinal on Nobly's side while he is still regretting all his life's decisions. And he would rather right now be sipping on something that is of a harder variety than water right now. Telmiran is moving on, and you know in your hearts, folks, Nobly is saying to himself, will someone please hit that dot done and put me out like I'm Old Yeller. But, oh heavens, he's doing Bomb Fairy. Okay, let's go. You got this, Nobly. Get disappointed again. And Telmiran showing why he is the giant killer. He is just tearing up this Minish seed like it's nothing. And Nobly is keeping hope alive. He is climbing up and sees money, climbs down because he's already rich, which is something Gamma will never be when he plays Link to the Past, because he doesn't hula hand start. He's like, oh, my hands are too clean for this. Oh my. I'm telling you, it's better to be rich and then you can start off buying 10 bombs instead of having to wait and, do 50 million pulls to get that one bomb start. But, I am his mentee. I am his student. I'm actually his mentee. I have the greatest mentor ever. But when it comes down to it, Gamma's one of the most fearsome opponents out there, though. He put a cap in me like I was in LA, man. He was like, you in my house. And I was like, no, I'm just a baby. And he was like, well, yeah, change your diapers. And I was like, all right, that's fine. I will make sure I get even with you when I get better in about 5 to 7 years. But I will get you, Senor Chu, and your family too. And we have Nobly going through Krenna with more hopes and dreams than lottery players when they spend $100 on something and only win 0. And that's exactly what Nobly's gonna get, which is a can of Diddley Squad, as Telmiran continues to deep dive Palace of Winds. And now that we have Senor Chu back, we can continue to do what we do best, and that is show him how to actually play the game, because we know that he hasn't learned anything yet, which is why he routes like a potato. And we have Nobly being told he's a fool not once and not twice, but did not opt for the third strike with it, which is that book right there, which we know he already has, as he did the book check already. That 3 strikes is akin to the 3 zeros I get every time I do a logic quiz under my great mentor, Sir Gamma of Truth. And we have Telmiran destroying all foes that get in his way, opening up the locked door, about to throw down and bomb that poor innocent wall that's done nothing. And we have poor Nobly doing just Nobly things. And right now, we have Nobly playing like a Ford car right now, because this seed is about the Ford acronym found on Road Dead, considering that Telmiran is almost to where he has to be. And anyone who has a Ford car owner, rest in peace. We know your service costs are high. Bless your souls. And if you drive a car like Gamma's, please, I feel for you, because that car is probably more hooptier than most, So I feels for you. It's a feels bad man moment. And here we go. Battle Georg coming up. excellent play. I mean, we are back in droplets. Could we be seeing the play of all plays? Will we see Nobly go after Blue Chew? Holy machinations. Oh, baby. Alright. Not quite enough on that, okay, gets the hit on Georg, red Georg that time, hopping on blue Georg. Alright, peekaboo on you, brother. Which one is it? Catches a tail to the face. That's perfectly fine. Alright, we're hopping on red Georg to do some battle. Meanwhile, we have some excellent Gamma style playing on Nobly's side. We have Potato Routing 101. Magno would be proud, because this is some high level Kartoffel. And now we have Proctology 101 with the booty kill about to happen. You know, that is the worst way to go. You get anal prolapse, and that is the end of Matapill 101. Opens the door. Gets rewarded with 10 arrows. And that's the kind of disappointment you get when you ask for a PS5 and then, you know, you get Broke Chew fam that give you a PS3 and a PS2 that they got off of Etsy. They ain't even get it off of Wish, they got it off of Etsy. And they just glue it together, use some math and say, there you go, 3 plus 2 equals 5, you better like it. And if you don't, you catching a chancla. And those of you who know, a chancla is a big old sandal to the face. So we have Telmiran out and about, blowing the whistle. We know what's about to happen. We're back in wild time, and we are dipping into the wind ruins. And we see it, the play of all plays, the best boy, Blue Chew. Oh boy, oh baby. So, oh baby. Oh no, no please. This is top tier Kartoffel routing. Oh. I'm not even mad at you. I ain't mad at you. This is high tier. Why are all the big enemies cute? They're not actually big. Is this that you are a Picori, which means that you become so small bean that the regular size enemies look a little bit bigger, but they're actually those ugly little chew pickle bean looking little enemies that they ugly. They ugly. They're not worth you calling them cute small beans. And Blue Chew being disappointment, you can hear the angry stab, you know. Nobly, oh man, you have got to respect Nobly's commitment to the hustle of being, you know, if you're gonna commit to having fail sauce routing, this is the best way to do it. And Nobly is committed to giving us the show. And I think he knows at this point, Telmiran has probably found his Adidas. You know, he's like, I got the boots. I know Telmiran has the boots. So he is just playing to play for the sake of playing. See what shenanigans I can find. Gets his boots. got the angry staff. Oh no, you see that angry staff. You see that angry staff. Oh yeah. But he was committed. Because he knows he's far, far behind. He knows he's far behind. Because at this point, he has so much to rush. That, and he's going against Telmiran. I mean, he ain't happy. He ain't happy. Not by a long shot. But he knows he's far behind because we're in Valley 1 right now. But he's waiting for that dot done. He's gonna go through the motions. But he's like, why did I choose this game? So Valley 1 is being Valley 1 right now. Alright, so you give him a few slashes, and then in just a second he'll gust out and blow some shadow farts, and then you're going to kill his eyeball clones, you know, then you stab him and swipe a couple of times, that big giant eyeball in the middle, you know, rinse and repeat. Now he blows flame farts at you. Then he tries to, you know, be his bootleg Toho self. And we're out. Valley 1 is gone. We're in Valley 2 right now, where he turns... And I don't know what made him think that turning into a giant eyeball would be intimidating. I mean, all I have to do is just get a stick and poke you in the eye. I mean, how intimidating is that? So you're gonna knock the little eye targets out with arrows, which turns 4 of them red. The goal is for you to figure out the combination, and you only strike the 4 red ones. So you move yourself, and this is where fast split comes into play. And once you knock them out, you stab Valley once again, you swipe them like you never did. Let's put it this way, when you swipe them, you make sure you swipe them so fast you would think it was a bad Tinder, you know, profile. That's how fast you swipe. So, fast split, you know, I would personally remove some of those prickly little aspects because that can mess up your profiles a bit. So you gotta ride with the crew on Telmiran's side. You get the 4 guys together, you know, pretend. See, this is what I mean. You don't want to bang into things. And one of them is blocking, so you don't want to give Valley too many opportunities to fill that with his dark spikes, because you will have a bad time. Alright, so now we're gonna squad up. We're going to squad up as if we are coming together to play some Call of Duty. And, oh my goodness, Telmiran is getting run over left and right. So this Valley 2 is actually giving Telmiran the business, you know? Alright, there we go. This should be enough to take out Valley 2. No! Alright, so we have one more. So since those 2, it should be top 4. Should be the reds. That's an awkward position to do top 4 right now, so I will go ahead and take out those spikes first, so that way, no, no. Okay, there we go. That should take them out now. So we're gonna move into body 3 in just a moment. So we move into, definitely want to refill up on a couple of things. Take the berries. Thank you. What? Why you do that? No. Okay. Telmiran, you could have just did it the other way, but it would have been fine either way. And now we're entering into body 3. Batting 3 is a little bit more complicated because he decides that he wants to release his arms, and his arms are pain in the electric boogaloo because you have to shrink into a small bean, aka Pakori, to go in there, do a battle with the arm. So you have to use Pakori to release the arm. You've got to defeat these enemies, which will give you the option to nullify said arm. Alright, same thing here. Here we go. Use the cane and then go in, do a battle, and you're good to go. And we have Palace of Winds on Nobly side, so we're doing a mad dash through that. And now it's time to play Pong Supreme with the heavily armored eyeball. And I would be like, let's talk realistically. There's nothing intimidating about that. Nothing at all. Where I'm from, I was born and raised in New York before I moved to Florida and became a Floridian, which means there's double the crazy in me. But where I'm from, we see something that look like that, we're like, boy, if you don't, I could punch you across 50 yards for a touchdown. In Europe, you guys use him for soccer, man. You got football. You will be using body as a substitute soccer ball. There's nothing serious about this enemy. I don't know what Nintendo was thinking when they made this as a final boss, And GG's to Telmiran, who has conquered the giant soccer ball, at an official time, let me give you that official time, of 2:10:22. And Nobly, I told you, was waiting to click that forfeit button. So get your GGs out for both of our runners. They were amazing. And chat. There's someone I gotta give a special introduction to. Mr. The smartest man on the face of the earth. This man is so smart, he gives a big ol' introduction to physics with his pinky finger. And that is Homemade Beer, who literally lives the Happy Meal life now. I'm telling you, buy Happy Meals and you will be a physics professor in less than a year. Follow Beer's path. And speaking of joining us, Mr. I Last Locate with the best of them. How are you doing, Nobly?
I'm happy. Very happy.
That Telmiran finished so you can finally press the get me out of this awful seat?
Well, to be fair, it was fine. It was just boots were not giving hard.
Yes.
Amazing.
You did Blue Chew, and I felt so bad for you. I was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it.
My options were horrible at
Telmiran, can you please tell Nobly where the boots were so he can
that point. I did get them.
actually. Huh?
I did get them. I am in Palace of Winds.
Oh, you did get them, Nobly?
Yeah, I was almost halfway through Palace of Wind when Telmiran finished.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were. You were. So it was when you finally found it, because it was an easy spot over by Lon Lon Ranch. And you were like,
Yeah, I was happy to see the Minish bracelet was required, but at the same time it didn't feel great. Because if I didn't go back and found my power bracelet, I probably would have gone to Long Run Ranch a lot earlier. But there wasn't that much locations over there, so I felt like I had to go back to Dark Hyrule Castle. And then I found the power bracelet, which drained a lot of time.
Nobly,
Yes,
did you do mountain?
yeah.
Okay. Imagine
Nobly did
doing
so
mountain,
much.
Nobly. You know the rules.
The thing,
Nobly did so much extra, Telmiran, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, I can bet. I guess you did clouds and everything. I never got the bracelets.
oh, that feels so great. I did clouds, I did mountain, I went 3 times back to Dark Hyrule Castle. It was a treasure sea.
Nice. Where were the bracelets?
In Dark Hyrule Castle.
Oh man.
Which is the only reason I pushed for mountain.
I just went there, did like the first chest there, and then went straight to the ped thingy. Got the sword. I was like, oh shit. I just did the 4 sword stuff.
Yeah, I did the same, except I left Dark Hyrule Castle at that point to do everything else that was 4 sword locked. And then I went back, found the Minish bracelet, left Dark Hyrule Castle again.
My Minish bracelets weren't in Dark Hyrule.
Where were? Oh, those were behind 4 swords, maybe.
Yeah.
Where was that then?
Where were
Oh
they?
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
remember.
yeah. It was behind the school garden.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't have boots either, so I was like, oh. Because when I went back and found the Minish bracelet, I'm like, oh, this is behind 4 sword. Like it has to be boots behind this then, because I got the Dark Hyrule Castle sword, and then nothing was behind Minish bracelet, and I was like, ah man. And then I went back
Yeah.
to Dark Hyrule Castle and found the power bracelet. I'm like, oh my lord, it's gonna unlock the boots. Because like,
Yeah.
what does power bracelet do? It unlocks the whole mountain area. It unlocks the whole clouds area in like 1700 checks. Nope.
Yeah. We were feeling for you. And then we said you were committed to the fluff. You were committed to
Oh
the
yeah.
fluff at this
Oh yeah.
point.
Yeah, and then I had to
So
walk back to Blue Tree, just for you. So
I was so
yes, you
scared for
did the
that one.
and you did Percy.
oh yeah.
Yes, you did Percy. You did Tingle. Oh man, it was a happy day for us. It was a happy day. We appreciate you with everything, Nobly. And Telmaran, you showed why you are a literal threat in everything you do, man. You are just amazing.
Oh, man.
Holy moly, Telmaran.
I was feeling good when I found the Force Sword there though, in Dark Hyrule Castle. It felt good at that point. Up
It's
until it was
fun because it was the same place as last time.
yeah, when I lost
Uh,
because I didn't know it could
Yep.
be a sword there.
So glad I taught you something.
But what time did you get that Force Sword like? Because I got that at 120 something.
Oh, it was later for me. Like
Yeah,
I
I was
got
in
that,
Boots.
and
I was in Boots Go mode at 120 something.
I got
Oh.
that, and then I just got the Minish bracelets, and I was in go mode.
Mm.
Then I just had to go through First wins and then the end. So I don't know,
Yeah.
140 maybe, 150.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mm.
But both of you did so well until it got to boots for Nobly. At some points you were synced. You were synced in your play.
Yeah,
And when you go
definitely gonna be nice to watch the run back, and hopefully we can get some more Minish crew in going, so we can get some more races going on forward.
yeah, because the old Minish crew kind of dissipated because it used to be Hendris and Nessman and Mashy
Yeah.
and really old school group. So you brought light to it, but you needed to race with the gold kinstones working. So Percy would have actually had progression. You know,
Yeah.
it was sad because he had a gold kinstone, which was like, dang, that's just so wrong for Percy to finally have progression, and you stole it all. It was like, no. But I understand why, because you guys had time restraints for this particular event. And Minish Cap races can get very, very long very quickly. So I understood why you did it. And
Yeah,
you
we've been.
also need
I
and
go.
you also need to show them the power of what the ocarina can do when you're on, layer 2 in dungeons.
Mm, that sounds like a you thing to do.
No, no, that's totally a YouTube thing to do. Because once you find out what it can do and how it will break things for you, droplets, you will be able to shave about 10 to 15 minutes off the time.
Oh, but Droplet is the most funny dungeon. You get to go back and forth all the time.
It's
Yeah, but
it's
imagine
all
what
right if you can do it in one go and you have rope escape. If you don't
you
have rope
can do
escape,
it
it's
in
a
one go
shitty
with
dungeon.
If you have Ocarina, what it does, if you understand the layers of it, you'll be able to do almost all of it in one time. And you blow the ocarina and it puts it, there's a glitch with it. So when you get the ocarina, how everything neither of you have played the game in vanilla, right?
Oh
Nope.
God, no.
That's why you don't know the mechanics of it. So when you get the ocarina in Palace of Winds in vanilla, the screen freezes as if you're playing it. So if you enter a door, a couple of little bits after the door, and you blow into it, it kind of freezes everything, and it also freezes collision. So it allows you to do things you normally wouldn't be able to do. So
Oh, that
depending
sounds
upon what
suspect.
layer you're on. So think of this in terms of um, major glitching in Link to the Past,
That's
but
good.
it shortens time significantly. So it's a lot of fun to do, and it actually game breaks the hat out of Minish Cap to shorten time out. And it makes, I think you can finish Minish Cap vanilla in under 150 to 140.
Oh man. But hey, I got a shout out to Nilsson for putting all these marathon things together. It's gonna be great fun to watch, and thanks for the participation for me. I need to run out and shower and get stuff done after work. So, and thank you, Crystal, for doing the commentary.
Oh, no, thank you for having me. I have to leave as well because because this is Eastern Standard to me, so I haven't eaten and barely slept worth of poop, so I'm gonna prepare something to eat. But thank you, Alex, for having me. This is such a great event, and I'm honored that you're letting me be here. And I look forward to seeing Nobly again when he takes on Hayfield in Super Mario Brothers 3, because Hay gave me your flags to roll, because I actually had something worse planned for you, but Hay is too sweet and lovable. I can't do that to him. But I look forward to seeing you again. And Alex, this is a wonderful thing you're doing, and my onion ninjas are about to come again, so I'm gonna dip out.
GG's to you both for showing you the excellence of execution. Chat, have a wonderful day. Alex, you as well. I'm going to be lurking and watching. Take care, everyone.